Hello?
Hey, just saw your Halloween video. Ain't too bad.
It better be. I spent so long on it that my hands actually started hurting by the end of it.
Well, I got some bad news for you then.
What do you mean?
I mean, you not expect to do a good video right after that?
No, I don't. What makes you say that?
Well, you can't just do one and not the other. It'd be like, I don't know, not doing the Christmas movie.
Well, sure I can. This is a one-off and nothing more.
Come on, you don't really have to do anything that crazy. Even this difficult isn't even required.
I guess I'll think about it.
By the way,
Well, go big or go home, I guess. So, the title wasn't wrong. I attempted to beat Pokemon White with a single Delibird, all for a stupid Christmas special. Delibird has a horrible base stat total for a fully evolved Pokemon. It has 45 in everything except for special attack and speed, which is 65 and 70 respectively, meaning that it has a base stat total, or BST, of 330. Ditto, a laughably bad Pokemon in the stat department, with 45 in every stat, has a BST of 288. Delibird is completely horrible. What's worse is that by level up, Delibird only knows present in this generation. You know, a physical move that has a chance to heal the opponent. So yeah, this is going to be a long one. The rules are as follows. 1. I am only allowed to use Delibird in combat. I can have other Pokemon for HMs and pickup, but they cannot deal damage when in battle. They also can be used in double battles, but they cannot impact the events of the battle. 2. Items in battle are allowed, but only potions and ethers are allowed. I originally planned not to use items in battle at all and rely on held items, but I later learned that that wasn't a good idea. I'm allowed to use potions in battle, but I'm still going to avoid them because I wanted to. 3. No daycare. That'd be way too easy to level up. 4. No glitches or exploits are allowed. Without further ado, let's get into it. I start off by using the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Snivy with Delibird. I replaced Snivy because it would ensure that the first gym was a fire one, and that Charon would have Emboar. I named mine Claws, little smiley face there too, solely because a friend told me to. Ours is Naive Nature, which means more speed and less special defense. I really don't like this, but it was the best nature I was able to get after resetting for quite a while. Speaking of, I reset to get a Delibird with Vital Spirit. I did not want to deal with lowered accuracy all game long. After crushing the rivals and naming Claws, I decided to ground on Route 1, and I lose to several Patrats and Lillipups. Eventually, I get annoyed and challenge N at level 8. I got lucky and was able to two-shot his Purloin. I then grind for the gym, and catch several Lillipups for pickup. They're borderline useless right now, but after some switch training, and especially when I get the EXP share, they'll be invaluable. After getting down to 0 Pokédollars, I challenge the gym at level 15. The battle starts with Chili sending out his Lillipup. I use Present to bring it down to half health as it uses Work Up. I KO it next turn as Claws grows to level 16. Chili sends out Pansear. Now this is a scary Pokemon, as it has Incinerate. This could go really badly. I miss Present as it goes for Work Up. I hit Present next turn, and it brings Pansear down to just below half. He stupidly goes for Work Up again, and I beat it, getting the first badge. That was surprisingly easy. This good streak will continue, right? Right? Well, kinda, actually. I beat the Plasma Grunts in the Dream Yard and retrieved the Dream Mist for Fennel. Not before fighting an Audino, though. Speaking of, Audinos will be crucial to grinding in this game. I got stuck in a double battle, and then I was grinding on some preschool trainers. I wound up healing this mana way too much, and then got stuck wasting PP for over 20 minutes at 2 times speed. I then crushed Charon, and after a bit more grinding, this time on Autono, I take on the grunts in the cave. The single battle started off with the grunts Patrat using Bide as I use Present, the only thing I can do. I pray that I can either two-shot it or just heal it. I was thankfully able to two-shot it. The multi-battle with Charon was weird though. First turn, I heal Patrat. It was at full health though, so it was fine. The next turn though, I also heal it, and that hailed off some Ember damage from Charon. Finally, I hit it once, taking it down. I Oko the other Patrat next turn. I then grind up the nearby trainers and wild Pokemon. I then take on N at level 25. To keep it short, I got absolutely crushed. However, I gave Claus an Oranberry on the run back and was able to beat him. The gym trainers did not prepare me for Lenora. I threw myself at it over and over and over and over again. Eventually, I just decided to grind. I still wasn't ready though, so I was forced to grind up to level 28. Even then, I still wasn't ready. Frustrated, I dropped the no items rule. I still avoid them, but I am allowed to use them now. This allowed me to beat Lenora. The Team Plasma events in the Pinwheel Forest and in Castelia City were super straightforward. I picked up the rest and attract TMs, not remembering that Delibird can't use rest. I later used it to fill move slots on my Lillipups, but as of right now, it's useless. I also pick up the EXP share and put it on a Lillipup that I already had switch trained a bit. I decided to take on Berg, but one gym trainer with a Dwebble kept killing me in one hit, so I just skipped it. But then I realized that Berg also has a Dwebble with Smackdown. So I grind and lose and grind and lose. Whirlipede using Screech really ruined it. Eventually, at level 37, I decided to put my foot down. I will not grind another level higher. I will beat Berg. I equipped a King's Rock that I had gotten from pickup, and I challenged him over and over again. Eventually, I beat Dwebble after an absolute slugfest. It took an Ether, but I also managed to beat Leavanny. I finally had the Insect Badge. After forgetting to heal, I died to Bianca. I beat her on the run back though, and demolished Charon. I then moved on to Nimbasa, and taught Claw's Frustration and Return. Frustration does like 1 damage, but at least it's a consistent attacking move. And then I one-shot the trainers around Nimbasa with Return, until I feel I'm ready to fight Elisa. At first I tried at level 40, and holding the Amulet coin I got in Castelia, but that wasn't enough. Then I tried the Quick Claw at level 40, and that still wasn't good enough. I finally used 2 rare candies I had found, as well as the Click Claw. At thanks to some lucky crits, I wound up winning. Return really saved me in this gym. Because of my lowered special defense, it was a nightmare. After beating Charon and some toddlers, I moved on to Driftvale City. I wanted to get 2 special items before I took on the cold storage. First, I simply walked into the cold storage to retrieve the Rocky Helmet. Not sure if I'll ever use it, but if I need chip damage, that's what I'll use. Next, I encountered a Deerling and a Fungus to get 50 Pokemon seen in my Pokedex. I did this so I could get the Shell Bell. This item will be invaluable, especially since Delibird pretty much only learns attacking moves by level up in TM. I also picked up a PP up in the cold storage trash can and immediately used it on return. Next, I took on the cold storage. I avoided every trainer except this guy, and I proceeded to sweep through the cold storage in Clay's gym. I beat Clay on my second try, and despite getting unlucky with damage ranges on Krokorok, and it using Swagger, I actually managed to take it down. It also had used Torment, which wound up hurting me in the Excadrill fight. But with my increased attack, I was able to take that down as well. Palpitoad was a one-shot. That gym was surprisingly easy. I didn't even need the Shell Bell that I got. I crushed Bianca to get Fly, our best stab move, and then I'm tasked to head to Chargestone Cave. I have no troubles until the end, where N jumps me. All of his team resists my hits, and he leads with a Boldore. That thing usually ended my run if it wasn't because of it using Smackdown, despite me using Attract. It was because it was wearing me down so that the others did it for him. Eventually, though, I did it, and I wound up sweeping my way through to Skyla, before sweeping her, and then sweeping my way to Icera City. Here, I bought Blizzard. I had bought Hail before, and this combo will carry me through the 8th gym. Here I sweep Bryson, Charon, and all the grunts in Dragon Spiral Tower. The top of said tower is the reason why I picked white instead of black. Okay, fine, it's because I like this game more, but seriously, Reshiram is not weak to ice, meaning I can't Blizzard sweep N's team. After the tower, I pick up Brick Break and teach it to Claws. I then make my way to the Relic Castle. My sweep continues until the next Bianca fight. Her Stellant has Intimidate, and that absolutely neuters my attacking power. Then it uses Work Up and then Retaliate. By then, Semiseer could just finish me off, so I equip a Shark Beak and try again. I get Intimidating and go for Fly. Stoutland uses Work Up, and I get it down to half health. It works up again, and I use Brick Break, and it barely doesn't KO. And Stoutland uses Retaliate for big damage. We both heal in the next turn, and then I use Brick Break, leaving it with a bit more than half health. Stoutland roars and drags out a Lilliput. I immediately switch and get hit with Crunch, lowering my defense. Thanks to Intimidate not being into effect, I KO Stoutland with Brick Break. Semiseer is next, and all it took to take down was a single Fly. Next came Samurott, and that was a bit trickier. I started off with Fly as it misses a Revenge. I land, bringing Samurott down to just below half health as it slashes me, bringing me to 20 HP. I heal and it uses an Aqua Jet. The next turn I KO it with Return. I go for Blizzard on Masharna and it misses. It only sets up Lucky Chant though, and I hit it next turn with Blizzard. It doesn't KO though, and Psybeam confuses me. I break through and beat it with one last Return. Dang, that was close. After mashing through lines and lines of dialogue, I sweep the entire 8th gym. I use Fly in return for the gym trainers, and after equipping the Nevermelt Ice, Hail, and then 3 Blizzards for Iris. I get the Master Ball from Professor Juniper, crush Charon, and move on to the Pokemon League. I was very confident going in, and let me assure you, I should not have been. At first, only Grimsley could be taken down consistently. Then I decided to grind it to level 70, only to be met with same results. At level 75, I could beat Grimsley and Marshall, but Marshall has to miss Stone Edge at least twice or get affected by Attract. I had hunted for gems to boost my moves, but they weren't enough, especially since I can't hit Caitlyn or Chantal with super effective damage at the moment. And they each have moves in Pokemon that can completely destroy me since I can't use Attract. The first 2 items that I thought of were a Choice Band and a Focus Sash. Those are locked behind the Battle Subway though, and I cannot do that with only one Pokemon. So I load up my HM Slave with non-damaging moves and take on the challenge. I need 48 BP to get a Choice Band, so I need to go through the Battle Subway 7 times using only Delibird. Super Rails are not an option, and so are the regular ones I'll have to do. Playing on 10 times speed and several attempts later, I was able to buy a Choice Band. I also used 4 rare candies that I had gotten from pickup to get it to level 80. With it, I was able to down Caitlyn and Chantal with only a bit of luck required. With Caitlyn, I needed her to miss Thunder turn 1 so I could hit her with Fly. And I needed 2 things to happen with Chantal, both requiring luck. Either her Jellicent's Curse Body can't activate, or I need a crit struggle on Go Lurk. I get the former on my winning attempt. Grimsley and Marshall were the same as before. Now that End Castle has been summoned, and I've stolen all the items I could in this place, the rare candy included, I catch Zekrom in a Master Ball, and then I had to purposefully lose as to not affect the battle. I get back there and get one shot by Reshiram, while doing more than half damage myself. I try many item combinations, and then after trying the Choice Band Brick Break, I realized that I just need more firepower. So I power level, and check back every 5 levels. I'll get all the way to level 100 if I have to. This is probably the only way I'll beat this, and if I'm unable, then it's just not possible with this rule set. Even at level 100, I still have a hard time. My strategy is to break sturdy on this Caracosta by either making it use Waterfall or Aqua Jet on me after I barely survive a Fusion Flare. This is the reason why I needed to be level 100. Between Stab bonus, my 4 times Rock weakness, and the high power of Stone Edge, it one-shots me, so I need to KO it with one swift move. So I heal after Reshiram goes down and pray for Waterfall or Aqua Jet. But even then, my luck has to continue. I have to hit Blizzard on Archeops, otherwise he'll use Stone Edge. After that, I'm free to sweep with Brick Break. I was only able to learn that this was the strategy that was required because I have over 3 hours worth of attempts at varying levels and using varying strategies. This is the hardest fight since Lenora, and it's oddly fitting, as I beat Gexus on my 2nd try. The only luck that's required is to hit Blizzard on Hydreigon and to get a favorable damage range on Bufalon. The rest are either one-shot by Return, Fly, or Brick Break. End's fight represents the pre-return era, and Gexus' fight represents the post-return era. After Gexus is carted off, and N and I have a heart-to-heart, the credits roll. I've done it. I've beaten Pokemon White with only a Delibird. Honestly, I thought the insanely high difficulty at the beginning would carry through to the end, but once I got access to Return, I was able to breeze through to the Elite Four in a day. In fact, the Elite Four took me half a week, and N took me an entire day on his own. I hope I never have to do this again, but you know, next holiday season, I'll probably be taking Claws on another adventure. Like with my Age of Calamity review, this is already long enough, so I'll just let you go as you please. With that, I'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys. Happy holidays.